Jang Seung, an illiterate artist who grew up as an orphan. After long winter days, when it started to get warmer, people bustled in the marketplace. It was buzzing with the sounds of haggling. The owner of the paper goods store, Yi Ung-heon, was also very busy dealing with his customers. Very good paper is in stock now. Take a look. We can draw you a picture if you like. After half a day of busy time and customers started to decrease, he found a boy who was crouching in front of his store. "Why are you here since some time ago? Who are you, and where do you live?" The boy looked scruffy and scrawny. You could tell at a glance that he was from a very poor family. The boy answered Yi detachedly. "I'm an orphan without a parent or a home. I'm here because the sun is warm." Then Yi saw what the boy had doodled on the ground with a stick. "Did you draw this?" The boy nodded without saying anything. Yi hid his surprise. He could see that the bird and tree the boy drew without thinking had much more potential. Yi thought for a moment and told the boy, "Boy, if you don't have anywhere to go, why don't you work at my shop?" Yi planned to employ the boy as a clerk and make him draw cheap pictures customers requested. To the boy who was cold and hungry, it was more than a welcoming turn of an event. From that day, the boy was set up to start living in the store. Satisfied, Yi asked the boy, "What is your name?" "It's Jang Seung." Yi taught the boy the trades. Also, he made him draw decorative pictures of his customers' requests as he had planned. Little Jang, who loved drawing since he was even younger, was elated that he got to draw on clean paper. Ever since Jang started working in the paper goods shop, it started to prosper. It was because of his exceptional talent in drawing. "Master Yi, where did you find this talent? From now on, I want all my arts to be done by him." Customers competed with each other to say so. Although Jang could not read or write, he was a very clever boy. He never forgot what his customers said. "Oh my, I just mentioned it passingly, and he drew it out perfectly." This boy understands far more than what he is told. As the customers' admiration grew for Jang, the shopkeeper's opinion of him changed as well. I shouldn't treat a boy with this much genius without a thought. I should help him draw freely in the spare time. Since then, Yi gave a generous amount of old and tattered paper that could not be sold to Jang. After many years, Jang grew up to be an adult. His skill for drawing was well known and widespread. One day, a Hwawon of Dohwaseo, Yusuk, came to visit the shop. "I have been hearing about your talent. May I see what you can do?" As per Yu's request, Jang, showing not a fragment of nervousness, drew a hawk sitting on a pine tree without hesitation. Yu's eyes widened as he watched it. "Just as I heard, if a little more effort is put in, you will become a great Hwawon." Then Yu pleaded Yi, who was nearby, "I absolutely need to have this kid as my pupil. Please let him learn at Dohwaseo." He was reluctant, but he complied. Eventually, Jang left the shop and got to live in Do Waseo. That did not mean he became an official Hwawon of Do Waseo. You gave him a special treatment for his talent. Jang was excited. He soon became more skilled than his teacher, Yu. Ha 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 ha. There's nothing left for me to teach you. Your paintings attract people with its poignancy. As Yu praised him like that, some Hwawons got jealous of Jang. What's the use of art if he's an illiterate orphan? I know. How can a low class like him come into Do Hwaseo? Jang was well aware of such an absurd criticism. Maybe it was the reason why he was always drunk. It became so severe that he could not draw anything unless he was drunk. Alcohol is my only family and friend. Bring me more, then I will draw you something great. Jang would often shout like that and almost lived in a tavern. You called him in and chided him, but it was of no use. He even developed a habit of wandering around when he was drunk. Then he would appear at Do Waseo after a few months. Then one day, Minister Min Yong-hwan sought him. We need a Hwawon to draw a screen for the palace right now. You should come with me to the palace to do it. Min researched many places and heard that there was no one better than Jang when it comes to skills. He thought that if they had the skill, class meant nothing. But there was one problem. It was none other than the alcohol. It was not allowed to drink while drawing on a screen in the palace. Jang could not even lift the brush and did something unthinkable. He climbed over the palace wall. Palace is so stuffed, I have to get drunk to draw. That day, Jang stayed up all night drinking. The next day, when the palace found it out, it became a big ruckus. The incident soon reached the ear of King Gojong. What? How dare he climb a wall of the palace to drink? The atmosphere turned, and a bad thing could happen to Jang. Then the Minister Min stepped up. Your Majesty, he is ignorant of courtesy, but he has such a great talent. Please consider this a whim of an artist, and forgive him. Then Gojong roared in laughter and said, All right, in that case, take him to your house and let him finish the screen. But even after that, the screen was not finished. Jang drank and drank, even at the minister's house, and left it one day. Then he wandered around the world and drew whatever he wanted to draw.